What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the 2023 Queensland Open. It's a 3-day tournament because it's one of the majors here in Australia, happening here, local course, Pine Rivers Park, which is really exciting. And today, round one, teeing off in about an hour. So just about to go get loose, get warmed up, get some practice throws in, get some putts in, and yeah, it's starting to feel good. I'm feeling quite nervous, even though it's my local course, feeling pretty nervous because it's a big tournament, my biggest one of the year. And so hoping to do really well, but not putting too much pressure on myself, just going out there, have some fun, hopefully get off the tee clean, and then just the rest of the round will take care of itself. But yeah, it should be a really fun tournament. So cool to see all the people that are out here, people traveling from interstate to come and play here at Pine Rivers Park. And the tournament crew have done a fantastic job getting it all set up. So huge shout out to them from the very outset. But we're gonna go warm up now and start to get things ready, and we'll catch you on the first tee.
Next on the tee, out of Tasmania, Queensland, sponsored by Circle One Disc Golf and Disc Golf Warehouse, we have Josh Morrison.
It's just going backwards. Hey. Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Oh, he's on the vlog.
So, Josh, how are we going?
Me?
Yeah,
Oh,
on the check-in.
not very well.
Not very well.
How are you going?
I think I'm 1 over through 3, so not bad.
Okay.
Considering those first 3 holes in this wind, it's
Not bad.
pretty tough. I had the long drive for the hole.
Oh, really? Let's go.
Yeah.
Nice. Good luck.
you do, Josh. To be better. Another 18. Let's go. Thanks, Josh.
Thanks so much. Can I also grab a photo with us all? If that's all right? Yeah. All right, folks. That is round one done. And man, what a wild round. Not super happy with the round, but I guess considering the wind conditions, it's okay. There are a few highlights in there, a few good putts and a few good ace runs, but then just a few sort of errant shots and poorly executed shots that either kept me out of birdie or led to some bogeys. So, but still within shot of the lead. I think the last card is still about to finish, but I'm only, I think, 3 or 4 shots off the lead. Still 2 rounds to play. Anything can happen. So go home, rest, come back, and hopefully shoot better in day 2. All right, day 2, baby. We're out here, just getting a bit of a warm up in. And man, it is a stunning, beautiful day out here. The winds are down considerably from yesterday. There's still a bit around, but definitely nowhere near as bad, which should be nice. Hopefully we'll play a bit better and feel like we're actually playing some disc golf. But yeah, feeling really good. Just getting some warm up in and just hoping to play a little bit cleaner on some holes, dial in the approach shots a little bit more. But yeah, just go out there, have some fun, hopefully shoot a good round, and that could maybe move me up the leaderboard. I'm expecting that there's going to be quite a few hotter scores today, just with the winds being down a little bit and people kind of getting used to the course. So just have fun, go out there, enjoy myself, and throw the shots that I know that I can throw and see where it puts me.
In tight end position out of Kashmir, representing Circle 1 Disc Golf and Disc Golf Warehouse, we have Josh Morrison. Hey, J-Mo.
Say cheese. Hey. Two days in a row? My goodness. How's it going, guys?
How are you?
Good, good. Doing
Having a
alright.
fun round?
Yeah, man, it's good fun. Good
I
to
like
see ya.
that new collar.
Good stuff, mate. Been a pleasure. Been a pleasure. Pleasure. Thanks, guys. Pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Good round. Really, really pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Day 2 done and dusted, and wow, what a difference the wind makes. Absolutely perfect conditions today, and played pretty solid. Picked up a few more birdies than yesterday, and still got a few bogeys in there, which were due to just kind of some errant shots, which was unfortunate, very unforced. So a little bit to clean up there, but made some really nice shots. One of them I didn't get on video. It would have been sick. It was probably a jump putt from about 30 meters or so. Crazy putt and hit dead center. It was sweet. But yeah, played really well and ended up shooting 2 under, so 6 strokes better than yesterday, and enough to jump me up into lead card for the final round. So kind of exactly where you want to be going into the final round. Only 2 shots back of the lead. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a matter of who can hold on and you know, not fatigue for the final round. But yeah, really stoked with today's round and really appreciative of the support of people who came along to watch. Stay tuned. It's going to be fun. It's going to be wild, and looking forward to it. Good morning, everybody. Checking in, day 3, final day, final round. Really looking forward to it. I've been nervous. Had a nervous sleep last night. Didn't sleep very well, but feeling good now that we're out here, warming up, getting ready. And yeah, like I said yesterday, game plan is going to stay pretty similar. Just try to minimize or avoid the big mistakes, the big numbers. If I can, my goal, it's tough to do out here, especially if the wind picks up a little bit. It's feeling all right at the moment, but it's easy to get bogeys if you kind of are a little bit off. So just trying to stay relaxed, calm, play my game, avoid bogeys if I can. Clean round would be great, and capitalize on the birdie opportunities. But really looking forward to it. It's going to be an awesome lead card. It's going to be a tight battle. Probably going to come down to the end. I don't know how much storage my phone's got, but we'll try and capture a few shots during the round and see how we go.
And second place, tied second place actually, from Cashmere, Queensland, representing Circle 1 Disc Golf and Disc Golf Warehouse, Josh Morrison.
Yeah, Jake.
Oh wow. Yeah, she just laid it up.
Yes.
Alright, Josh from the future here. I just wanted to kind of walk through what happened in the final 8 holes of this tournament in a little bit more detail, because I think the story is really worth telling. After hole 10, I hadn't been playing incredibly, but through 10 holes, I think I was sitting at even par, which was okay, but it was actually better than what the rest of my card mates were shooting. They were all kind of struggling a little bit. So on the tee of 11, just back there, I believe I had gotten into the lead. And so I thought, if I can get through hole 11 and 12 in particular clean, because they'd been causing me a lot of trouble in the first 2 rounds, if I can get through those clean, then that would be an awesome step in the right direction, and then hopefully pick up a couple of birdies towards the end, and that could be the tournament wrapped up. And maybe that was a bit of a flaw in my thinking. I ended up really overturning my forehand drive out the gap, almost in another fairway. And then unfortunately my next shot I hit early as well, trying to just get out into the fairway, and it took me another shot, so third shot on the par 4 just to get out kind of into the fairway here. So that wasn't ideal. And then Sev threw an absolutely incredible drive. He went through this gap here on the backhand line, so the tighter gap, and ended up all the way here near the tee pad for the short tees. He was standing right near this sign and fully committed to his forehand approach shot. And as he does so, he comes through and his finger hits this edge of this sign, that's the sharp part right here, and completely splits his finger open. I think it was his pointer finger on his right hand. Thankfully we had a nurse on our card, Dan Small, so he jumped into action. There's another card on one of the nearby holes, had a first aid kit, so we had all the stuff we needed, and everyone jumped to help Sev, which was awesome. But I felt absolutely terrible. He still actually absolutely smoked the shot, and he gave himself a birdie putt, and I can't remember if he made the birdie or not, but it was incredible nonetheless. I took, I think, a double bogeys, and then things started to get very interesting. So now we're on hole 12. I once again throw like quite a good drive, but then once again, not quite as bad as the previous 2 days, but like absolutely turf the forehand approach shot into the green, and then unfortunately couldn't get up and down for the par. And it's quite annoying too, because literally just then I threw 2 forehands and 1 backhand, all of which made it basically to the entry to the wood line, which is basically maybe about a 25-30 meter chip up to the basket, which would have been an easy par. But I guess that's what the competition nerves and all that's involved in that can do. I believe Sev, he either birdied or parred that one. So I jump ahead to hole 14. I actually pured this gap, which is actually a pretty tough gap. I think I got it all 3 rounds, which was sweet. So round 3, much the same as the first 2 rounds, smashed the gap with my Onyx, which was an incredible shot, and ended up in like a pretty solid position for hopefully the up and down birdie. Absolutely shanked that approach shot. It left me in circle 2 just, but with an uphill look at the basket, so it was a pretty safe one to still run to try and get the birdie. Honestly, it was a pretty solid bid. I just ended up in a bit of a weird spot, literally just behind this tree, about here, not very far from the basket at all, so all I had to do was a bit of a straddle out, but I was nervous, didn't follow through. It was something like 5-6 meters away, and I donked it off the cage for a bogey. So through 4 holes, I went double bogey, bogey, par, bogey. And at this stage, we were walking to the next hole, hole 15, and I turned to my caddy, Matt, who I've got to give a huge shout out, caddying for me for the 2nd and 3rd rounds. It was amazing. I turned to him and I felt like I was pretty out of it, and I said, hey, like, do I have a shot at this? Like, do I need to push, kind of? And he was like, yeah, you do. I kind of decided to think, oh man, like I've really lost a lot of strokes there. I need to make up a lot. On the 15th, that was a pretty uneventful hole. I think everyone pretty much took pars, so still strokes to make up with only 3 holes left to play. When I knew that I needed to kind of keep pushing, it was just like I need to try and birdie out. There was no real other game plan. I didn't need to know how far ahead people were. Like I was just trying to get as many birdies as I can on these final few holes to try and have any chance whatsoever at the win. And so here we were, stepping up to hole 16, 3 holes to play. Pretty straightforward hole, really. During round 2, I'd thrown a stable fairway driver, and I'd early released it, and it had skipped OB left. I disked down to an overstable mid-range during the final round. Even if I sort of early released it, it hopefully wouldn't skip and carry too far to the left. My tee shot on the hole prior should have maybe given me a bit of an indication that I was early releasing things. And I think it was because of the nerves, and I early released hole 15. And so I probably should have taken that into consideration and maybe thrown a little bit further right, or thrown maybe not quite as stable a disc due to that. But I stepped up through my Buzz OS, I think it was, and it skidded OB left. I couldn't save the par, made bogey. Meanwhile, Sev was in these trees just behind me, straddling out, obstructed, and canned a birdie putt. So another 2 strokes gain over me, which was an incredible putt. And I've got to say, the fact that Sev was playing as well as he was, getting birdies and keeping it clean, with how his finger was, and the fact that he couldn't even really throw backhands because it hurt so much, he mainly had to rely on forehands, just absolutely insane. And at this point, I kind of said to my caddy, I said to Matt, is there any chance, if I birdie the last 2 holes, is there any chance? And he's like, if you do that, you'll probably get podium. And so I thought, okay, that's my goal, is to try and get podium here. Hole 17, island hole. First day, I missed the island, took a bogey. Second day, basically parked it, got a birdie, and this is where I landed for the birdie putt. The nerves were real. You can see it in that putt. There was just no commitment to the putt. And at that point, I was pretty devastated because I thought that there was no chance. And turns out, Sev missed the island and missed his putt, but unfortunately, I couldn't capitalize on that opportunity. Still got 1 stroke back, but 2 would have made things very interesting. So final hole, hole 18. At this stage, I pretty much thought the win was out of the question. Sev would have to do something incredibly crazy to mess up. I needed to birdie to stay, I think, in the top 4 or top 5. And so all I wanted to do was finish with a birdie and hopefully try and get hole 18 3 days in a row.
Great shot. Get in. Oh, concrete. Nice shot.
It felt nice to end with a birdie and to get hole 18 all 3 days, but definitely felt like I let that one slip away. It was really, really tight battle down towards the end, and honestly, there was no one more deserving of the win on that weekend than Sev. The way that he battled through that adversity he faced with his finger was very, very impressive, and yeah, he's very much deserving of the win. So congratulations to him. And overall, I was super pleased with how I played. Honestly, my putting was really solid, and I was really happy to kind of figure that out and have that click kind of the week of the tournament. And I felt like if I was, within 30 meters apparently, I had a chance at still making the birdie. So that was really awesome for the confidence. And drives, for the most part, were feeling good, except I just kind of fell apart a little bit in the final round. So really solid weekend. Lots of positives to build off, and just an awesome weekend all around. Looking forward to another chance at redemption in the next tournament coming up in just a couple of weeks' time. And then also, I've booked flights to head up to the North Queensland Champs next month, which is going to be heaps of fun. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment down below what you'd like to see from the videos and what you enjoyed from this one. Other than that, I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I hope you can make it back for somebody else, and we'll catch you in the next one.